episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Mike DeLisio. I just figured I'd do the awkward pause too.
I never know if we're going this way or that way. That's why the pause is there.
This way.
It always goes counterclockwise, just like everything else in
I
life.
don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
Here's the thing. I thought that people are going to think now that there was a frame rate issue
No,
when
come
you
on.
paused.
No, because
Jeez, that's what you're worried about?
I was giving subtle facial movements to let people know that we're still live.
All right,
Send
folks.
help.
One thing I want to be really clear on here as we look at Kickstarter projects, because there's nothing from GameFound this week. They're about to have stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A whole slew of big Kickstarter
Huge
projects launched
projects.
yesterday.
Yes.
But we take a look at Kickstarter projects near the end of their cycle.
Right.
So
So
that's what we're taking a look at.
Doesn't matter. We're still going to have. What about this?
Yes.
They didn't talk about that.
Right.
It's not this week.
We'll talk about them.
Yes.
Back
I was about to say
later.
we promise, but we don't actually
Nah,
promise.
maybe not.
We may or may
No,
not.
we may not talk about literally any of them.
Correct.
In fact, I think we shouldn't. Just to buck the trend, which is the name I'd like to suggest for this video series.
Buck the trend. Hey, you like our new logo? Tina
Look
did
at
this.
that.
We're very happy
Oh, we
with
have a
this.
new logo, never mind.
That is so slick.
we can't
do it
change
now.
that.
Once you get the logo, you're set in place. You can't buck the trend.
All right, well, before we even take a look at our first game, we're going to hear from Mark Streed in just a second. So then after that, we're going to jump right into games. So here is Mark.
Mark.
Streed.
This spotlight is brought to you by Funko Games. Welcome to Jurassic World, the legacy of Isla Nublar. Years ago, visionary entrepreneur John Hammond set into motion unimaginable events of science, nature, and adventure. His company Engine successfully cloned dinosaurs using DNA from blood preserved and fossilized amber. He then assembled a team to build a park where visitors could see the magnificent animals for themselves. On a rugged island 120 miles west of Costa Rica, the creation of Jurassic Park began. Welcome to Isla Nublar, where you and other scientists, dreamers, and schemers will build an attraction like no other. Take on the role of visionaries like John Hammond and Dr. Henry Wu, along with many, many others. Together, you will transform Isla Nublar into an astonishing paradise where awestruck visitors encounter creatures never before seen by human eyes. Decide where to build park facilities, dinosaur enclosures, and guest attractions, and keep employees and visitors safe from the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, colossal Brachiosaurus, and clever Velociraptor. You will play through 12 adventures in which you customize an entirely unique game board and breed new dinosaurs you cannot unmake. Your team's fateful choices will have a lasting impact, creating your own Isla Nublar story. Your experience will accumulate in an endless replayable game of your own creation. For more information, please go check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
By the way, before we jump into all these projects that you can spend money on, I would like to mention that if you go to Board Game Geek, the Jack Vassell Memorial Fund auction is going on right now. And that's still going on for a little over a week, so maybe 2 weeks, but it's like April 2nd or something. Go spend your hard-earned money there, because those are games that you know are good. This is maybe good.
That's true.
Would you like us to be extra harsh on these?
There we go, yeah.
I would rather back something for charity.
I'll tell you, I was taking a look yesterday or the day before at the geek list, and there's some really cool stuff on there. There's some great items on there. Some things I have some,
Desire to jump into.
Right.
Yeah, do it, Mike.
All right, so let's talk about Alice in Wordland, Curiouser and Curiouser. This is a word party game with an annoying musical teapot. And look, here's the thing.
A lot of word games this week.
I noticed that
3,
as well.
I think. That's
Right.
way above average.
A lot of word
Yes.
games.
The average is 0.2.
So I think Alice in Wordland is a fine game. except a couple things. I'm not kidding. That musical teapot plays a little music the whole time you're playing, or like the sound effects. It's really annoying.
It's too much.
I'd rather just there be a timer. So you have some letters out here, and you're trying to think of words with those letters, but it's timed, and you can't say words
are the
other
ones you
people
don't
won't
wanna
say.
say.
You can't say-
I'm sorry, you can't say those letters right.
Did they change the look on this too? Like, I remember when this came out, I don't remember the art looking exactly like this, but maybe it did. I mostly just remember the teapot.
You know
You guys
what?
have
I
played
also
this
think.
then. I've never
Yeah,
played this.
I saw it, I unboxed it like
I played it
over
with
a
my
year ago,
family.
but I didn't play it.
So is this a reprint? Oh, this is the deluxe one.
I think it's deluxe
That's
with an
right.
expansion.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's just look it up. The one on Board Game Geek, Alice in Wordland BGG, and let's just discover this.
Let's
stuff.
discover.
This is
shall
live.
we? Let's discover.
Is this is the new cover, right?
That's the new cover.
No,
yeah.
that's 2019.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So that's the same, I suppose.
Yep, it's the same. Okay,
All
it's been a
right.
while since I
So it
played
does
it.
have
They
that
changed it,
expansion.
but it's the same style.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really easy for the same person to keep messing up in this game.
okay.
Because it's a little bit like hot potato. I like it. It was fine.
Okay.
I don't know that I would get more of it. I do like the little teacups
That's
and
cute.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's
it's very cute.
Yeah. Do you tend to like word games, Tom? Do you tend to like word
do.
games?
I do.
Okay.
I do too.
Like I'm currently playing Polywordle, which is where you do any number. I do 40 wordles at a time.
What?
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
I don't understand what that means.
You know
You
the
would put a
world.
single word and then they check against 40 things?
Right. So then you just scroll through and you're doing 40 at the same time. You see, my goal is to do 40 words in 42 guesses.
Got it. Okay.
And I've
so
come close. I did it in like 45.
All right.
I got you now. I got
I think I get it. I think I
That's
get it.
sickening and it disgusts
Yeah,
me.
sounds like work.
But to answer your question, I like
Yeah,
word games.
yeah, okay, that got my answer.
There's another word game later on
Yeah.
in this batch
We know we're talking about Scrabble later this week.
There's that too.
that seems.
I love this facial expression.
Yeah, he means it. There's one later on that sounds like I would enjoy. This is not one that seems like I would enjoy.
I also do not think you would enjoy
I'm not a
this.
big
No,
board
I-
game guy.
I do
Yeah,
like word
no.
games. This does not appeal to me in the least. Also, Z is not a fan of Alice in Wonderland themes.
I'm not.
Really?
And
Yeah.
It's not even that it's Alice in Wonderland. Is that for some reason there about 3 years ago or something, every game was about Alice in Wonderland.
Is it?
all of a sudden.
Did it become
Maybe?
public?
No, that's 1800s. It's been public domain for a
Yeah.
long time.
Ah, but the copyright on it was for over 200 years.
Also, everyone has special powers.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, let's go on.
All right.
Blink's game system. Did any of you play this with me when we had it?
I played it with Jason.
Okay, because Jason was the one who was most excited about it.
Yes.
I played with this. It's actually a very cool system.
Yeah, but the system
you've
and the
both played
technology
this?
is cool, but I didn't think the
Yes?
games were all that.
You've both played
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And you
Like,
haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
And I haven't played it. Why are we here this week?
Correct.
I don't know. So
You guys
far,
are clearly
we're like,
just talking about games that have been played
So anyway,
already.
Mr. Mike
Right.
Delicia.
Yeah, correct.
Let's start. No,
Let's
here's the
drop
thing.
the shaft. Stick to the wheat.
This is a really cool. We got this at the last PAX before
Yeah,
COVID.
right.
It's a cool thing where all these lights connect to each other and blink. And if you buy any one that has a game in it, so let's say when you buy the original one, you get 4 games, and you hook that to the rest, that game goes to all of them.
It programs the rest of the tiles, and you can also program your own if you're into like.
So the individuals have one tile, and however many people come together.
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, no, I'm
no,
saying
no,
if you have a set of tiles, I want to play a new game on these, you have to buy a tile that has that game in
Oh, so
it.
it's like
Yeah.
a cartridge.
Yes.
Basically,
You
yeah,
hook
yeah.
it up,
And you can
the
even
rest of them
you can
become
even
slave,
become that.
slave systems to that one
Right.
broadcasting a game.
right. And
Okay.
you could even program your own games if you know how to
Yeah.
do that.
I played, I think,
I know C++.
3
There you
of the
go.
different games that there was no one where we were all moving like that, pressing buttons.
Yeah.
They were very abstract strategy, like move stuff and try to form groups of colors.
Right.
I liked it fine.
It was okay. I didn't think the games were great.
Here's the problem. I would recommend it except for it is not cheap. This is
No.
$59.
That's just the expansion.
For 5.
Right.
5 of them.
That's just for
For
the
5
games.
cartridges.
For 5 little things.
Yeah.
that
No,
you
not,
hook to.
not 5 games,
No, I think it is. I think it is, right?
Yeah, it's 5 games.
Yeah.
but there's 5
Five.
little light up hexagons.
Correct. You have to already have the pieces, and
the
those
bag of
hook
all
onto the
those,
pieces.
yeah.
Yeah, even this
Yeah.
one here, the game system
it's
says
kinda like an
9.
expansion.
But if you look at the table,
Many
almost
of-
none
right.
of these games are with 9.
Right, they're usually
Like,
with
look at
nine.
that. That's not 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Right.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Right.
That you need for that. So if you want the 14 black pack, it's $150.
$150. Then you
That's
can go big.
expensive for
$400.
something that I would guess you're not going to even play that much.
No.
You're mostly, if you buy this, you're going to bring it
You're
out
gonna
to
put it
be
on
like,
your table.
look how cool this is.
Right.
Also, the blue and green colors were really similar, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but this also can be used for karaoke atmosphere as well.
I was going to say, put them around the house for night lights, so
that's right.
there's that too. All
Although I
right.
could see it being something that's like out on the table if you're having like a party
Yeah,
or something
sure.
like that, you know, and so you're not having a board game party, but it's just something that's out on your coffee table that
Right.
as the night goes on,
Yes.
you know.
And it's possible that they have a killer game app in here.
Or you can
But
go
none
to
of the
Walmart
original
and
ones
pick up
were.
a copy of Simon for
You know, you do have
$12.
options. That's
Yeah.
right. Yes, options. We're about options.
All right. Mageling, Rise of the Ancient Ones.
Yes.
Now, this one is not. This one we actually have.
Yeah, Mageling is an earlier game, right? And if this,
Have you
I get
played
the impression this is a completely different game.
I know no one's
utilizing-
played it because it's sitting on my shelf at my house
All
for
right,
about
all right.
6 months.
I haven't played it either, but from what I read, Mageling is like a dice allocating game, from what I can tell. And then they've kind of taken that
Wait,
core mechanism and incorporated it into a bigger game, maybe? That's the impression I get.
Okay.
And like tableau building,
Yeah,
comboing,
so I think they took like the main
Okay.
mechanism from the first one and maybe ported it to a bigger. That's the impression
Which
I
is
get.
interesting because that's, you know, we've seen a lot of taking a big game and taking it down in size.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah,
it's
that's
kinda
true.
the
It's like
opposite.
maybe going the opposite
It does
direction.
not normally happen this
Interesting.
way. You're right.
It's
From
not,
what I can tell, it's boring.
no,
I don't
I
know.
don't think it's boring. It looks
Again, let me
fine.
say this again. From what I can tell,
Well, you have
in
bad eyesight.
my opinion,
No.
Wait.
This
Did you
is
see the
boring.
Biomancer? Did you see the Biomancer?
it just looks very generic to me. I don't know. I know the Mageling thing already has been out. Maybe it's done well and people love it. There was nothing in here that grabbed my attention. Nothing. I don't like the artwork that much. The cards don't look interesting. The video was super boring.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
again,
You got
did
nothing
that
from it. Like,
it was that usual, like, in the land of Druganor, the power of Shabakala has been collected by the stones of
Shabakala is a
Galsmere.
jerk.
And I'm
hate
like,
Shabakala.
Nobody cares
What about chug
about
potions?
your world. I'm
about chug
sorry.
potions?
this is one of the pages that I spent the most amount of time on
Really?
in preparing for this, and I
Nah.
have zero idea how to play or what the game is bringing or how it sets itself apart. Like, I spent a lot of time, and I'm still like, I don't. What?
Yeah.
You want to
like,
set
it's
yourself
just-
apart? Light up hexes, okay?
I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on this one. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not like as repelled by it as you seem to be.
I'm not repelled.
But
I'm just
also
going to
not-
forget, like, literally by
Right,
tomorrow. I won't remember what this is called or how it works.
I'm
fact,
neither
I think-
repelled nor compelled.
Attracted is the opposite of repelled.
I'm neither repelled nor compelled.
Okay.
Word game week.
In fact, I think to make your point, I think you might have, when you just made that comment about in the land of, you made that comment earlier about a different game, and so I'm wondering if you're already like.
you
getting
guys
those
are channeling-
games,
I am
like,
combining them already.
If you're already like,
You're
that's
channeling
so-
Tom too. That's a big Tom move when you make up things to just
That
make.
is true. You
just
stole
make-
my shtick there.
Just make guttural
That's not
sounds.
where I'm
also
going.
stole
Where
his
I'm going
hat
with
from you. I
that
don't know
is
if you knew that.
already have them confused
Right.
because they're that.
Okay,
Generic.
maybe I stole that hat then. What is this now?
Wait, and our hats always disappear.
Hey, it's another word game,
Oh,
folks.
imagine that.
Illiterati, which I like this name, by the way.
I do too,
And I like the art.
This is one where I was initially put off because I heard real time. But then I kind of watched the rest of the video, and it's 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to cooperatively kind of build words.
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea.
It seems neat.
I think there's some neat. The one concern I have about it is those baddies that will kind of wreck. So if you've been spending 3 minutes to build up this perfect set, right? It was like, yes, we
Yes.
used all the tiles, we've got great words. And if it works the way it looked like, where you can just draw somebody that's going to wreck what you did, that might suck.
Yeah,
Right, that
yeah,
doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think that was one of my concerns. My only other concern with it is if you're playing in a group of 3 or 4, and because you're all trying to cooperate, you can have that one person who's
Sure.
really good at it,
Yeah.
or just
one-
really alpha.
Yeah,
you know?
somebody
and
who
it's
gets
like,
shut out also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that could happen, yeah.
But it looks good.
It looks
But it
great.
does.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's well put together.
Yeah.
I love the symbology, the tiles.
Yeah.
This looks like a different word game.
I agree. Yeah, no, I think this looks really nice.
Of the word games, this was the one I was like, I would try it, but I do have some concerns going
Yeah.
into it. But I thought it was pretty good.
Gap Closer was at Dice Tower West 2020.
Okay.
They did Rival Restaurants. I don't remember if you saw
oh, yeah,
that
I
one.
remember that.
I played Rival Restaurants. It's fine. It's good, but it's very much, it's almost mass market.
All right, right.
and it's just very simple. You collect resources, and there's a good chunk of luck in it. I didn't dislike it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But that makes me wonder. But I will say the production here looks really well done.
looks
Rival
terrific.
Restaurants also was good production.
That is true.
So,
yeah, I'm intrigued by this one. This is one I would actively seek out.
do you like the art?
Play this.
I do like the
I
art.
really like the art myself too. Yeah.
That's a bit of a
In
Disney
my
flair.
opinion, it's good artwork.
I am compelled to play this game.
Are you having a good day?
I'm great.
In your opinion, sir.
In my opinion, it's garbage.
All right.
Here we go.
Trading cards, storage drawers.
$107,000.
Ugh.
Cards not included.
Well, actually, I thought you might not, because you're always
Yeah.
in there messing with the cards.
Yeah, no, I don't hate that. I just say it's expensive, but I really like what it's doing here.
Also, wouldn't it be really heavy?
Yeah, but once you put these on the shelf, you don't pull them off. This is for what we actually do. We have a bunch of promos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pulling out drawers and getting out the promos. This is what
and
we
then
would do
nicely
it with.
separated, or any sort of deck building game that you have just boxes and the boxes, your Pokemon, whatever. I really like the organization
Or
of it
stores.
and how it's.
This really looks
Or
like something a
stores,
store
yeah.
would
It
have.
It looks
true,
like
yeah.
something that you'd have to have in the Dewey Decimal System is what it looks like to me. That definitely looks like old school library card catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that right there is what we work with
Yeah.
a lot. And
Are you backing this then, Tom?
No, because it's $60 for a
Yeah.
drawer. Come on.
three. Now given that holds over 3,000 cards.
And you're putting them
Yeah,
together.
but we
I
don't
assume,
need
right?
3. We need, if we're going to replace all
300.
the white ones, we need at least, I don't know, I'm going to guess that we need 30.
Okay, so
that
6
would- that
times
would be a
3
fair
is
guess, yeah.
18.
But
2 zeros.
So you were
on
thinking
that.
like maybe at the booth at the Dice Tower events.
No.
Because we had that kind of stuff at the.
That's different though, and because I had a Dice Tower event, we need to be able to tear up, take down.
That's
I don't
true.
This is too heavy.
These you have to put together
But
too.
for
right?
a garage where we have all this stuff,
Yeah.
this is what I would put these in it. I like them. I like
right,
this
yeah, they're
permanency.
cool.
But man, they are pricey.
But if I owned a store, I would consider it. But $600 for, or is one of these? That's one drawer. Yeah, so we
That's
would need
one, so
10
you
of
get
those.
3, yeah.
So $600.
Whew. That's a lot of.
and assembly and glue, and you'd want to glue it together. I
Yeah.
would want to.
I'd say, Camilla, can you
That's right.
pull this together?
I can, but I won't.
That's fantastic.
It's a wonder anything gets done around here.
That is some, yeah.
Hey, guys!
Even more historic board
The
games.
collection grows again. We went back in time and found more games from history
That's right.
Ooh.
to bring at your face. We are sitting currently on, I believe, 30 of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
You said you're going to start going over these games.
I will
actually.
start, I think, now that I'm basically wrapping up. I think I have one more video for Unsung Gems.
Move into these.
I think I'm going to start maybe playing these live even.
Yeah. The little
Like grab
peg.
a couple, 2 or 3, and play them live. See what happens.
Yeah.
So we played a few of them. I played at least a couple of them
I've
now.
played a number of them, yeah.
And they're all different cool little peg games. Most of the time you've seen the same 4 or 5. These
Right.
are all very different games. Some are,
Some are really
Okay.
bad, some are okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they all like Cracker Barrel games?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're all
Okay.
a
All
peg
of them.
game.
That's maybe I'm thinking that's what I call it, the Cracker Barrel series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
That's right.
Everything they're dipping nuggets.
Just call it
Checkmate.
pegs and gravy. This is
The pickle barrel series. They mess everybody up.
Yeah. My favorite aspect of all of these, because this is part of he's done numerous, I think it's the same person that's done a numerous, is just the idea that you're kind of tying into different cultural things and the idea of
Right.
universality of games.
Yes.
I mention that every time, but that's my favorite aspect of this, is this idea that games are played all over the world, and this just reinforces that.
They're sort of ageless,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that too.
Does it give
Timeless,
you
I
I
should
assume it
say.
gives you some sort of background in it
Yes,
about like where
a
the
little
game's
bit.
from?
It does
I could
give
see
you a
that
little
being
bit.
something neat for like
Yeah.
homeschooling. If you're
Right.
like, oh, we're studying this time or this
actually-
period.
The production on these is not great.
Sure.
They're sort of
They're wood blocks.
utilitarian a
Yeah.
little bit, but
I might buy
they're
these
neat.
scoreboards.
The idea is neat.
I think these scoreboards would work not terribly for like a trick-taking game.
Sure.
Yeah.
It would fit the mood.
Yeah. There's also, there's the big scoreboards for Pinochle. Or is that what I'm thinking of? No.
It kind of reminds me of cribbage.
Cribbage
That's what I was
board.
going to say.
cribbage.
Pegboard. Yeah. Sorry, not Pinochle. People use that for scoring in games.
That's true.
Though I don't like the way that a cribbage board has the whole one peg jumps the other peg, and that whole thing is a little gamery. Those look a little easier to understand.
Yeah.
All right, this one's been getting a lot of buzz. Hamlet to be. Oh, wait, that's a different Hamlet.
So this got my attention because of the designer. It's the designer of Petrichor, which I like a whole lot.
Oh, that's
and he,
what
and he
this
also
is.
did, and then we held hands, so I don't know how I feel about this yet, other than I know I like some of the things that the designer has done. I like that they're kind of doing the city building in a slightly different way with kind of these weird shaped tiles.
As well as like communal.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
I was concerned because it talks about the city building and you're building your village and stuff, but then there's resource production, but then is that community resources? Because they bring out like 3 cubes and then it's like whoever gets to it first gets that resource in order to put into the church. I think that was kind of my personal concern. You know,
I do know
on
that
games
they
I
use.
like
I know they use donkeys to
donkey
move
bulls? Donkey
the resources
called,
around.
Can
So-
you say pick of the week? Donkeys.
That's
okay,
right.
there are donkeys in this. I don't know how it took you guys that long to get around
Right there,
to
Donkey
donkey
bulls.
the
bulls.
donkeys.
Kickstarter exclusive. You have to get it now.
All in.
Right now.
All in.
Just
Chance.
call them
18 raw donkey
donkeys.
bulls.
Why would you? Not everything has to have the word
Donkey
"epo" at the end of it.
You watch your mouth pull.
No, they're just donkeys. I don't. Okay. I'm sure this game is good. It looks good, like you said. Good designer. I
Yeah.
like a lot of. I love those odd-shaped tiles.
Yeah, I
That
do
brings
too.
me in.
That's really neat.
That's neat. It looks like a funky little twist. The
Yeah.
artwork's cute enough.
Yeah.
I really don't like when a game makes the people meeples. And in this one, it seems like they're leaning into that just a little bit, at least on the page they are.
Oh, I see what you
Oh.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
in the
I
video,
get
you
that
see it.
we, because you can't put a person in
Yeah.
a box,
Right.
say this like that right there. It's like, I get
Right.
that these little wooden figures represent humans.
Right.
When you lean into it, it's like this massive wink at gamers everywhere.
Yeah.
And I find that repelling a little bit. I don't know why. I'm just like this whole like, meeples, get it? You're on the inside now.
Yeah.
We understand each other. We speak the same language.
Yeah.
Well, Mike
I
likes
just don't
everything
like
that
that.
Mighty Boards does.
No, that's not true. I've liked a number of their things, but there are some games that have not worked as well for me.
Well, let's see what they've done.
Like, I like Vengeance a lot.
You do.
I did like
Is that
the
Roll and
Dark
Fight still to come?
It's coming, it should be, I think, in the next couple of months.
Excavation Earth, you like.
I did like Excavation Earth, but Post-Human, I had some issues with.
Post-Human, they've tried like 4
Petrichor.
times.
Petrichor,
I like
I love.
Petrichor.
Yeah. I haven't played Knights of Fire, I'm sorry, but I've heard decent things. So, yeah, I guess
Thinking of Days of Ire, which is a
that's exactly what
Days
I'm thinking
of Ire,
of, yeah.
Nights of Fire. I think they're actually.
Ides of Marcher.
So, yeah, I think it's mostly the one that didn't work as well for me. But, yeah, I do like a
This
lot of
looks
their
cute
stuff.
enough. It just also doesn't really stand out.
Other than those weird shaped tiles, they
is really
make the
cool.
pieces red, yellow, blue, green.
Yeah.
They're meeples.
Oh no,
on
yeah,
a
it just seems like,
board.
oh, neat Euro game.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope it's good, but nothing is like if you put this game and many others this week in front of me, I'd be like, city building game, Euro
Right.
game,
Right.
probably more reliable than a lot of these other
Sure.
games. But I want to try those. Because they
Yeah.
might surprise me. This one doesn't have that.
This gives me a little bit of a Keyflower vibe, and that's why I'm like, maybe that I do like Keyflower. So I don't know. Except it doesn't have that auctioning thing, I don't think, where you're bidding, I should say.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll
All right, Gigawatt, a power play.
Oh, we just got zapped.
see. Wow.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
A power play for the future.
Gigawatt in short, 2 pages.
That is really funny for me.
right.
Gigawatt in short. Read this alongside with all of our rules.
So I don't know. This one is a mixed bag for me. Some of the graphic design I actually like, but I don't like the board.
All right, tell me what that guy's doing.
He's doing sled dogs with power lines.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Right.
He's mush.
He's mushing.
Mush?
Yeah, he's mushing
Mush? How do
the
you
power
say it?
lines. But I do like I said, I like some of the graphic
what are you
design
doing?
there.
I'm just trying to make it go in a little, okay?
Then just pinch and do the opposite of a pinch.
Oh, okay. Thank you. There we go.
And I'm going to have
There we go.
explosive projectile vomiting.
What is wrong with you?
Look,
I like the artwork in this.
yeah, I do like some of the graphic design, but again, I don't like the look of the board. The board screams to me first-time Kickstarter project. I don't know what it is.
I was watching the video and the whole, you work with people, but you betray them.
Yeah.
And there's take that cards in the game.
But there's also like investment and negotiation and trade.
And then take that, I mean, I
And
just
on
thought that
top
was
of
a
that-
bit.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a weird mix, right? Those two
Yep.
things. Is it a strategy game?
Right.
Is it a simulation? Are you just making a commentary on
Ooh, it looks like
our
paper money.
reliability on this kind of power?
Well, and that's what they say in it. They're like, oh, and because if you're here, we know you use power, we know you care about this. I mean, they make it very clear that they're
Wait, we had a
Make it a
monster
statement.
making
laugh.
a statement. Yeah, that this game
Like
is
we
making
didn't
a
have
statement.
Wait.
Yeah, this looks hilarious.
Wait, that's a weird quote.
Yeah.
We had a monster laugh. Thanks for giving me a prototype. The guy's like, here's it. Will you play this? Thanks for the laugh, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about this is like, I'm feeling red flags. I'm having a hard time putting my finger on
For
it.
me, it's like everything about it. I found nothing.
Don't hold
Oh,
back.
you didn't like this
I
at
did
all?
not like
No, I
this
like
one
the
at
look
all.
of some of it. I
It
just
felt
don't
preachy.
know.
It felt way too many things that were contradicting. Am I
just don't get
negotiating
why
and
John
trading, or
Travolta's
am I take
doing
thatting
those
and holding you back?
chords.
Am I? It's
Yeah.
just there was too much. It just
Those
was
are-
garbled, preachy. Bleh.
And those are the red
Projectile
flags. I
vomit
think
from
that's what
Mike.
Mike's talking about, those red flags of
Yeah.
like
Right.
identity crisis a
Yeah.
little bit. That
Yeah.
sends up red
Right.
flags for me.
Yep.
Hamlet knows what it is.
Right.
It might not be for me, but it looks like it knows what it is.
Sure, yeah,
This one is still finding itself. Who's this for, right? That's
Right.
not, I can't nail that down, so.
It does say that they're energy and sustainability professionals, so they're probably coming at this from a very specific point of view.
Yeah, not board gaming first,
Right.
which
That's what I'm saying.
leads to maybe not a great board game.
Yeah.
All right, this one here, I believe was on GameFound. If I'm not
I think that's right, and I think it was called Pachamama, right, before, and they had to change the name.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's what
What
I
was
think
it
it was
called?
called.
Did they
It
have-
says
did
it
they
in here.
Punch your
have
mama.
to?
Punch your mama. Yeah, I think
It
they
was just a
had to.
good idea.
No, I think that there was they had a specific. I think they had to change the name.
The biggest problem with this game,
It
I
says at
think,
the very top.
like they're like, hey, it's like Minesweeper, and I'm like, cool, I like Minesweeper. They've definitely taken better pictures.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the last project, I looked at the picture and I was like, that game does not look interesting.
Right.
This looks better. This angle, you can see like details on the meeples.
I will tell you this game is very intriguing to me because I like the idea. First of all, I do like the look of it. I think that it's a very classy look. And I'm very intrigued by the idea of kind of the randomizing of the wheel to kind of set your puzzle.
Yeah. And it's a deduction game. How many of
Yeah.
those do we get?
Right. And
Enough with the Gigawatt games.
Right. And
Give me
sit
more
da-
deduction.
Sit Down usually does like
4 different
real-time
models.
party games, and this is not that. So I don't know. I am very intrigued by this.
Man, I'm definitely if I get this, I'm getting the deluxe upgrade components.
100%.
By the way, it's also
Absolutely,
sit down,
absolutely.
and I tend to like stuff sit down does. Although it's funny because most of the stuff is real time.
Just said that 20 seconds ago.
Did you? Well,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
listening to Z.
Yeah, they're real-time
He was
party
trying to
games.
figure out how to
stupid.
scroll in.
Yeah.
Zoom
Cover
in.
for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
all
was
right.
being loud.
They'll call you out. But yeah, I agree, obviously, that this is not their typical type of game.
I never
right?
said that.
This is not
You're right, it is
Magic
not.
Maze and so.
Was Mike speaking just now?
Uh-huh. Minesweeper!
I don't like
Do you like Minesweeper?
that they do the whole competitive cooperative solo
That's
thing.
a red flag.
Again, pick a thing. Pick a game you want to make and just make that game. You don't have to make your game for literally everybody in the world. Why is that so hard to understand?
Right,
Yeah.
what's
Why does every game have to be competitive, cooperative, solo?
Has to have
Oh, I agree
all
on that.
modes and that kind of stuff.
Team-based,
Right,
Yeah, it's
right.
like it has
One
to be
versus
everything,
many.
and it's hydrating and good for you. No,
Save that for
just
later.
make the game you want to
Yeah,
make.
that's right.
Do you like these games here? So, who likes Minesweeper?
I like
Yes.
Minesweeper and I like Sudoku.
What about Tectonic?
Never played that.
I'd never
Never
played
heard
that either.
yeah.
I didn't know that was the name of this puzzle.
Yeah.
This puzzle is you're drawing these boxes around so that like a 6 is. a 6 is next to 6 other numbers or something like that. A 1 is next to a certain number of
interesting.
numbers.
Okay.
It has something to do with that. Oh, no, the number of lines next to it, I think. I don't remember exactly.
I think
know
that
that-
was the drawback for me. I think this is gorgeous. I was really intrigued by what they're trying to do, but I know I don't care for Minesweeper. I don't care for Sudoku. So it's not my type of game. You know?
Yeah,
I guess you have to not be a.
So it's like, oh, this is one of those ones that I really, really want to like. I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous, and I like what they're doing. And you said the randomization of the wheel, like all those things drew me in. But at the end of the day, it's just not the kind of game I think I would
Really,
enjoy.
but it's competitive and cooperative.
Oh, it doesn't have solo, does it?
It
Doesn't
does
have
have
solo?
solo.
It's also solo.
You're
No,
back
still-
in.
No, still out.
Been affecting people, see? All right. Flatline City Second Wave. This says it works for board games, so that's why it's on the list.
Oh, sure. I can see. I'm going to add this to my
I
agreement.
was really enjoying. I was enjoying listening to the video for this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys listened to it, but the guy took pauses in very strange places
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I noticed.
as he was reading.
didn't,
You know what I mean? I just thought that was like.
It was
It's
interesting.
kind of weird. It just made me smile.
Do you think they just threw
Did
the
you
word
giggle to
board game
yourself?
in there like a bunch of liars?
I would say yes.
Because I'm trying to think of any board game. The only one I can think of is that this looks kind of like the building inside, at the very middle, maybe.
Add this into your game of Ice Cool. It'll make it much more.
Yeah, they're penguins trying to escape
That's
prison.
right. That's right.
It's a very different game. That guy ate the hall monitor coming
Iced
after
heat.
you.
Yeah.
All right, next one. League of Dungeoneers. Whoa.
Oh,
Speaking of forgettable.
look at how much money this is
Making
making. What am I
cash.
missing?
Money.
Guys, Tom,
My guess,
I'm gonna barf.
this seems to me more like it is much more leaning towards RPG than board game.
Okay.
That's the impression I get, is that they are really marketing more to RPGers than they are.
It is a board game though, right?
Well, I do
yeah.
like. Okay, so.
But it's got a bestiary. I mean, this to me feels more like an RPG.
Is this the one that had like the puzzles that you come across as well? So you're like puzzle solving when
I
you
don't
go
remember.
through?
I got about as far
This
as
is
there.
this is really old school art.
It is.
Yes.
Really, this is D&D first edition art
Yeah.
almost.
No, I mean it's very much that's
And
what
that
they're
is
going for. I
8
think.
different stats with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different special abilities. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not even 8 stats. Down here we got
Hey.
hit points, experience, and that. This is if you like. Oh, I hate the back of these cards. This
I
is
don't
definitely
like-
they found a
yeah.
random picture somewhere and
I don't
decided
like
to put it in the
look
back of the
any
card.
this. Yeah.
I want to like this sort of thing. I want to be in favor of it, especially.
Look at this map. When I got as far as that map.
Yeah. It's
And
good.
then I
It's a
noticed
good look.
that
I've
the
never seen that.
hexes.
I don't think I got that far.
The hexes is what made me. I'm like, oh, it's a cool looking map. And then I realized, oh wait,
There's 850,000
there are
hexes.
1,000 hexes in there that
Yeah.
are really tiny.
Right.
And then I screamed.
Also, look at the quick reference
Right.
sheet.
The intro scenario is to get from one end of the map to the other end of the map. 4 hours.
I don't know, but people are clearly eating
Yeah.
this up. It's the nostalgia,
I mean,
I'm
there's-
guessing.
It is
or a
interesting they're
market
going
for it.
standee. They're going the standee route too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they're.
I'm okay with that.
No,
although-
I'm saying it doesn't seem like they're trying to like just cash in on minis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
I
with
wanna-
this look, you really can't.
That's true.
Because this look has that 1970s, you know,
Yes.
D&D look.
It does. Right.
I really feel like the people who designed this have played Hero Quest. Obviously, they say
Sure.
it, and these rooms are stolen basically out of Hero Quest.
Yeah.
the way
Yeah. They
look.
even talk about interacting
And they
with
played-
furniture and.
RPGs.
Yes.
So that's what they know.
This seems
They're
like
not
an-
competing with the other D&D
Right.
dungeon crawlers that are out there. I mean, the other dungeon crawlers that are out there, because if you're an RPGer, this stuff's not going to bother you. These
Yeah.
stats are going to
That's
make
true.
sense.
No,
And they
that's what
always,
I'm
look at the
saying.
numbers. Obviously, there's a
They
market
do
for
write
it.
BGG
I'm just
fans
loving
and
it.
subs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think this is more for RPGers, but hey.
Man, I want.
It's amazing to me that this is making this much money. Like,
know.
my mind was blown when I
Right.
saw they're on their way to $500,000
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah. I know. I'm surprised as well.
And this looks.
I mean, is that because it is kind of an untapped market? You know, that RPG dungeon crawler, you know,
I
kind
don't
of.
think so.
I think the
Niche? I mean, or is it-
nostalgia,
or
or
is it-
this
yeah,
is
what
based
is
on
it?
something and I don't realize it.
yeah. There's
There's that, yeah.
first created project too.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
this might be licensed from something very well known that we are simply not
You
aware
would
of.
think that they would lead with that.
You know,
but-
Michael is saying this is a Gloomhaven killer, and I disagree.
Who said this is a Gloomhaven
It
killer?
might be a joke in the chat.
Michael Heller.
Oh, okay.
Calling him out.
All right, moving on. Wait, hang on. Let me. No, we're not gonna come back to that. Okay. Small City Deluxe Edition. Okay, so Small City, which I had the original Small City.
Yeah.
Which is not even remotely small.
Right.
By the way, it's a really big box. Do you remember when I sold Small City?
Yes. Oh boy.
I think I know this story.
We shan't talk
We
about
shan't
it.
talk about it, but yeah, it's funny. Z was making a comparison. I'll let you make it again if you want to about this designer. That he's kind of like a.
Was it eloquent?
No, you said it.
Then go ahead and try it.
Let me
pretty it up for me.
Pretty it up.
Bit.
That basically, in many ways, he's kind of like a contemporary of Vital Lacerda. Like they appeal to many of the same gamers, right?
You could have had credit for that. No, but he's.
You told him to shut up and all that stuff as he was talking.
That's correct.
So I tuned you out.
But they kind of occupy a similar design space, design philosophies. The gamers that like Lacerda games are probably going to be somewhat attracted to these games as well. Right?
I dislike this.
Yeah.
I disliked it because I like city building games.
Right.
Go ahead.
Do you like it? Or are you gonna?
I don't like this. See, this is too heavy for me, though.
Yeah,
Right.
but it
I've
also
played
felt,
this, I think.
It also feels very themeless.
Yeah.
Like you're putting buildings in your city, and it matters. But there was rules about how you put them in, and then they score you points.
Right.
But I don't have the different buildings. My city doesn't come to life at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Were you expecting that?
Yeah, I do. I want one of two things when it comes to city building is I want it to feel like a cool city building where the different buildings make sense, or I want it to be really simple and easy.
Yeah.
This is neither.
Did you play Clinic? Same designer.
Yes. Is it the same designer?
Yeah.
It is.
I may not like this designer's games.
Yeah, they're just, again, they're very heavy.
Clinic should have been called Parking.
That is thematic, though. If you've ever tried to park at a hospital.
Yeah, but I don't want to play a game about it. You're right, though. That is terribly thematic. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
No, he is definitely a heavy Euro game designer.
However, all that being said, I'm not necessarily saying the game's bad. I just don't like it.
Oh, this game gets a ton of love.
Well, now it's getting new art by
No. There's a few people.
Okay, that's not a ton.
It is, I think. Getting a ton of love from a few people is a ton of love. I guess that's more what I mean. Like there are people who find his games, and specifically this Small City game, to be a tremendous design.
Yeah.
Hey, eat this stuff up. You know
The
what
designer
I mean?
on this page calls it his magnum opus.
That makes sense to me, considering again what I know about what people think of the game.
Yeah.
So, and it's been
It also looks
printed
way
and
better.
reprinted and reprinted a bunch of
Maria
times.
It's getting
art,
better
yeah,
art,
I
yeah.
mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, it has a very graphic design, kind of.
I would
pop.
compare him to like Vital Lacerda, I would say.
Oh, no, that's
like maybe a
interesting.
contemporary
That's very
It would be
eloquent.
like sort of a they each have magnum opus,
Okay.
and this is his.
All right, before we go any more games here, let's have another visit from Mark, and we'll be right back.
Streed?
Streed.
This spotlight is brought to you by Cyber Rhino. Start your engines and get your crews ready. Pit Formula is a race that's not only about cars and pilots. You take the role of a crew of brilliant mechanics who can put the racing cars back on the track insanely fast. Pit Formula is a fast-paced card game that requires concentration and quick thinking. In each race, the players are given a set of car parts to fix. Each different part is solved by a different math operation: sum, difference, multiplication, or sequential numbering. All players must simultaneously solve these basic math problems and search for the results among numbered tokens on the table. Solve your car problems the fastest to win the race and score points. After 5 races, the player with the most points wins. Can you be quick enough to solve your pitting car issues and win the race? For more information, please go check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
Streed? Oh, sorry.
All right, Solar. 175, a Euro style legacy game.
Well, you missed the epic part.
It's epic.
An
I'm not
epic.
calling a game epic until it's epic. Before we go any farther, I don't know what else these guys have done.
This is what I was going to start with. So.
Oh, okay, Mike, you played Philosophia Floating World. In fact, this is being reviewed from you soon.
Oh wait, you haven't reviewed this yet, Mike?
Spoilers.
Mike.
I have not. So
Mike.
here's the issue.
Somebody's being, as they say back in my country, dodging the donkey.
Here's my issue. I'm still formulating how I'm going to approach this review. I know we're talking about a different game, but I only have to go with that game from this publisher, and I have to see if it's the same designers. I think it might be. I have issues with that game. I don't want to spoil my review, which apparently is coming out very soon.
10 out of 10.
I have issues with it, but what bothers me is I feel like there's a game there. I feel like there's a game hiding underneath some real strange design decisions. I can't speak for this one.
All right, well,
I'll tell you
but I will
what,
tell
the
you that-
video was very well done.
Yeah,
I was very intrigued.
yeah.
More intrigued than I would normally be for this kind of game, actually,
Okay.
until I saw the board.
Right.
And then I thought, oh, it looks terribly busy, and I don't like it graphically, what's going on the board.
And you played Philosophia with me, right?
My review is coming out soon as well. Mike, unbeknownst to Mike, I'm doing a review
But
as
do you
well.
see where I'm getting at? Just the fact that they did that game does make me approach
I'm
this game
concerned.
differently.
I'm much more concerned
Yeah.
now, and I already
Right.
kind of was.
Yeah.
I was thrown off, I think, it being a legacy game and it having metal components and these, I don't think they're game trays, but game tray type of insert and that kind of stuff. And I was like, why for a legacy game that you're going to play through and be done with? But then I realized that what I think they're doing is really cool. And it's actually, rather than being a legacy game that you play through, it's you kind of unlock the game as you go. And so it's kind of that same idea as like at the very end, you have this fully replayable game forever. It's along that line, but it seemed more like this is where the game is going to go, more in a straight line, like this is linearly where we want the game to go. Kind of almost like I don't want to compare it to like a tutorial system, because it's not like that. I think it actually is unlocking parts of the games and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool that you have, by the end, this upgraded game.
Yeah.
I do sometimes have a problem with those legacy games, though, where they feel like they finished the game and then decided to like, okay, this little piece goes in this box and this piece of the game goes in this box, and we'll give it back to you slowly.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so really, you just designed a complicated game. You're teaching me very slowly.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hate
I
that.
don't necessarily hate
I don't
that.
like
I don't
that.
think that's,
No, it's like
Really?
it doesn't feel legacy then.
Right.
Yeah,
Legacy is this
I do think it is.
changing world is
Sure,
legacy.
I get that, but then it doesn't. I wish they wouldn't use the word legacy so
Okay.
flippantly.
Right, I think that's what
Okay,
it was. It was
that's
more
what it
use
is.
of that
I think it's
word.
become a buzzword that has kind of
Right.
lost some of its meaning.
Right.
Especially for a game we just got that promises multiple versions of that game called Legacies that just came in.
That has nothing to do with legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right,
My
I love this
mistake.
quote here. There are more possibilities with this game than there are stars in the sky.
I find
don't
that
think they know how many stars
Find that
exist.
doubtful.
Just as a
I
heads
think
up.
Yeah, that-
mathematically
Although it's from a
that
company
doesn't
called
work.
Kick Agency, which sounds like
We'll make your game sound great.
Sounds like buy a quote.
Whoa, I blatantly for you.
I'm of mixed feelings on this one because there's a lot of things about this that look really cool.
Yes.
Like, then my two negatives are, one is what Z said, the board is really
Yeah,
busy.
it is.
Super busy.
And the other one is legacy. Just
Yeah.
make me a good game. Why does it have to be legacy?
Are you you're straight up out against legacy games now?
No, but I am very, very wary of a legacy game of a game I haven't played.
Right, because you're
Because so far
That
the
makes
good
sense,
ones
yeah.
have been games we played already.
and not
and
only
they
that,
make a
but
legacy
you're
version.
basically you're making a time commitment there. It's like, okay, I'm putting money down on this game. That's a legacy game.
Right.
I'm preparing now. I'm going to spend 12, 15 game sessions on this. What if it's garbage?
Right.
You know what I mean? You either waste your money or you're, I don't know.
I don't know. They're showing quotes of clever and elegant, but I'm not getting that from the board.
What's the price point on this one?
$112.
I think the maximum is 100 and something. The deluxe for
That's
that.
a deluxe. Retail is only
112
90.
is not bad.
It's not bad, and I think there's one level higher that maybe has a couple of other things like
For
an
a game,
expansion.
I don't know
but-
though. For a game that you don't know what you're getting and is that legacy, I disagree. I think that is really high. I'm not saying it's not warranted.
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to come with
I don't
again,
know if
the upgraded
there's
components
a,
and stuff, but that's a lot
That's
for
true
that
for a
gamble.
lot of games you back on Kickstarter. You
Oh, here's
don't
another
know,
quote from
you
the
know?
same guy.
There you go.
The first thing I feel I ought to tell you about it is it's big, really big.
Really big.
But again, yeah, that's
I don't
true
think
for a
you
lot
should
of
be
games
using
on
this person
Kickstarter, but they're
as
not
a-
that growing legacy kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
You got Mark Streed.
Big campaign with lots of things to experience. All right, well, you know what?
It
When
might
it
be
comes out,
great,
maybe
I'm
it's
just-
great.
I think
I
there's
just
some
don't like
really
the
neat things.
look.
I just don't. Yeah, it's
That
one of
looks,
those.
that board specifically is going to take some getting used to for me.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I hate everything about that
You got a
board.
lot of opinions today.
Yeah, keep them to yourself, please.
In my opinion, I will not be silenced.
Word explosion! It's our third
In my opinion, press next.
Uno.
This looks terrible.
Yeah.
Looks like Uno with letters. Like it,
Yeah, the idea is that you either play
You play the same letter.
The same letter, or the next
Or
letter
the
in the
next letter.
alphabet, or a word
Spell a word.
using that letter.
And then when somebody goes out,
Yeah.
if somebody else can spell a word using their letter,
they win.
They win.
they win instead of you winning.
Also, there's a draw 4, there's a skip, there's a reverse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. Not exactly, but this is, yeah. Also, I absolutely hate the cover.
Oh, the whole
I
look
didn't-
is
yeah, I didn't care
not.
for it.
They did not nail the
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity or whatever they're going for here.
It just looks cheap.
Here's Michael again, Uno killer.
Well, that's not hard. All right, let's move on. All right, Library and Labyrinth, and I need to stop doing that.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
There we
I
go.
need to
As
stop
he
doing
does it
that.
again. I'm not going to do this anymore.
No, I want to make it bigger.
So, the theme on this, I think, is I'm glad that they're kind of. I like more of these kind of library type of games, and I think that this is the right type of a thing for crowdfunding because this looks like a very kind of DIY thing. But I don't know that I have a lot of interest in it. You know, it looks almost too DIY to me, but I don't know.
It does
I am
look
shallow.
very. Yeah, no.
I'm very
I
shallow
get
when it
If
comes to
I'm-
this.
This looks like a strong. Yeah, Mike's being nicer. It looks like a prototype.
It kind of does, yeah.
And
I mean, where is it in production? It might be.
It could be there, yeah. I do. Again, I like the theme, and
I watched
it
the
is very
video where
indie
they.
feeling.
yes.
I watched that video where they show play at triple speed or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, it seems I do like other games that do these similar things.
Right.
With the path
Where
building.
you're moving through, yeah.
And the sort of traversing the space and all of that. I like that.
Yeah.
This might be a good game. It's not a looker. That's apparent.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is very indie. There is that too. You know, that other Solar 17,000 whatever game
Right.
did not look indie. Not with that video, you
no,
don't.
No.
Right.
So why does that one look so busy and hard to get into? This one has a reason.
Right.
It's probably a person or two working on this.
No, it says
Oh,
there's
this one
four.
has created,
It's
yeah.
four women that they
Four
like
people
show.
worked on this?
I think
It
there's
should
a-
look better than this.
They've also created
No, they
4 things,
designed
so
the
it's
game.
not.
designed
Oh,
the
then
game.
it's fine.
So it's
Yes.
not their first either.
It says 4 created, yeah.
oh, well,
Oh, that's
all
what you're
right.
talking about. See, I'm not
Yeah.
listening.
Gosh.
Roll in color, disarm the base.
Oh, that looks cute.
Roll in
I like the
color.
disarm the base logo there. Click on that, Tom. Let's see what it is.
Really? You like that?
Disarming warplanes.
Yeah. Those
Actually,
are cool look.
It's actually not a bad
that does look
but-
pretty good there.
All right.
Oh.
I like that graphic design.
Yeah, I don't mind that look at all.
Strongly disagree.
No.
You don't like the look of this?
No,
Oh,
I am
that's cute.
I
No.
think it's got kind of an
Repelled.
app look.
I'm
I
repelled
like
by
it.
that.
I like
You're
it.
compelled by it? That's nice.
All right, let's move on. Motor City, a strategic engine building roll and write game.
Yeah, so this is Pinchback and Riddle, the design team that has kind of become, they've done a lot of games, but they are like kings of the roll and write. You know, Fleet the Dice game, Three
Yeah.
Three
Sisters.
Sisters. This is. I think
and
it
now
said
this.
specifically this is the third in that set trilogy, which is.
Right.
I
It
didn't
really
realize
should have
that
been
they
Three
were
Sisters, should have been the third, but okay.
Yeah.
Pinchback, Riddle, and the Dead
I
of
just
Night.
played Three Sisters. I'll be reviewing it next week. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, Fleet the
I'm-
Dice game is terrific.
I'm really pumped about this,
I
actually.
really like this one. I like this theme too. I mean, we just got finished playing Automania, whatever,
right.
and I
Yeah,
really
just
was into
finished.
like, you know, it's set in Detroit with the
2 months ago.
just finished. What is time? What is time? Yeah, so I like the theme in it. I'm a huge lover of roll and writes, and I'm not sick of them yet. So yeah, I think this one looks good. I'm
And I am
really
sick of
excited
them.
about it.
But
Right. Yeah.
Three Sisters felt different.
It does.
It was a lot of stuff going on that all worked together, and I felt like I had lots of cool choices, and I could play it many, many times. While a lot of roll and writes, I play them and I go,
I'm done.
I'm
yeah.
good.
Can't
I
see
will say,
this
yeah,
changing.
I'm not
yeah.
saturated with good roll and
That's
writes, I
right,
should say,
yeah.
or oversaturated with good roll and
well,
writes, I should
because
say.
there's
so
not
that's
a
why.
whole
There's
lot
not a
of
whole
them.
lot
Well,
of
then, you know, here,
There's a lot
hopefully
of
here.
decent ones.
Well, I will say, it seems like the best ones I have to say, are using the two pads. Hadrian's Wall is my favorite. That
No,
uses
you're
2.
talking about the most complicated
No,
ones.
Fleet the Dice game uses 2. Does Three Sisters use 2?
Yes,
Yeah, but
it does.
Yes, this uses 2.
I'm still waiting for one that uses 3. Where's
3.
that game? 3 Sisters, and
Try-
you don't give me
I'm
3
skipping 3 and
pads?
going straight to 5.
Five.
Five?
That's just a board. It's going to fold
called,
out.
Gillette.
Everyone's gonna get
It's
a folding.
tri-ply. It's going to be like a...
Sponsored by
For a roll
Gillette.
right, that's super close.
Mach
right.
5.
Smooth.
That's right. Yeah, no, I'm just saying it does seem like it gives them more of a design space to work with.
Right.
So,
Wait, hang on. I didn't see this.
Oh.
A rock garden expansion for 3 sisters.
$5.
You got to get on that. Tom.
$5.
What are you doing, Vassal?
Okay. All right.
This looks cool. This does
Yeah.
look cool.
I really got to go back and play Fleet the Dice game now.
Good.
So minerally and
This
delicious.
is so.
You can really taste the soil.
All right,
I can
gotta
taste
go
the,
back here.
the,
All right.
the
Taste the-
metallic
the
byproducts.
Dimetap.
I can feel
Sentinels
the half-life.
of the
Can enter the
Multiverse,
Sandman.
the Rook City Renegades
I see moved
expansion.
on.
I hate everything about this.
All right, but you don't like Sentinels, so that's not
No.
that's not even fair.
So
really.
let's take some really, really unattractive art.
Okay.
And let's replace
In
it
your
with
opinion.
new.
In your opinion.
Right, and let's replace it with new, really, really unattractive art.
Again, in your opinion. Because I think
100%.
this is merely unacceptable.
All right, I like Sentinels.
I know,
and I actually have the new version of it. I'll be playing. I'm actually planning on playing it with the kids this weekend.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't think it was called the Definitive Edition.
That's what
Right.
threw me off. Because I
Right.
just saw this box come in not too long ago, and it was like, this is Sentinels.
Yeah.
This is the buck stops here box.
And it's really
also
filled
in
with
about
stuff.
2 weeks, we have a whole other massive box on Kickstarter. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait. What? So it's
Yeah.
just sort of a reboot is kind of what they did.
Also, as a side note here, it says it includes 850 sleeves, but from personal experience, if you sleeve all the cards in the Definitive Edition
It
core
ain't
game,
going back in a box.
it does not fit back in a box, and then you have to unsleeve all those cards to fit it back in a box, and then you will not be happy with the job you do for your father.
I see what happened.
They were not. What else was I
bet.
supposed to do?
That's what all those sleeves out there are?
Yes.
Wonder where
That
this
massive stack of-
the
yeah,
huge
okay.
thing.
Because they put them all in that box, and it literally did not fit in a box anymore.
And it's the sleeves
How do they get?
made.
How do you then? That's not good,
You
guys.
have to go back and get one of those card things. That we
However,
saw
that being
earlier.
said, if you like Sentinels, you're going to want more stuff, and I do like it. But I will say, I think. Oh, here's my problem. I really like Mr. Fixer. He's my favorite of all the heroes. in
Wait,
the
this
game.
guy's
What?
a superhero?
Is that a goatee or a mouth? What is
This is
that
goatee,
white thing? Is
okay?
it?
Oh, I was very confused actually,
Yeah.
because it does look like
I
he's
was like,
got a
is he
big
like,
open mouth
or
with
is it-
blurred teeth.
Yeah, that's
No,
Mr.
no.
Gaping Maw.
confusing.
Anyway, he's a janitor by day, superhero by night.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like that, but
His name's
And look-
Mr. Fix-It?
Fixer.
But why is he
But
breaking
he's
stuff
breaking the
then?
broom,
Because he's going to fix the problem.
Making himself work.
putting himself out of work.
This game has a
He's a-
whole lot of fans. I joke, it's not for me, but people give me grief, so I act like I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just not for me. But I
tell
know
you-
a lot of people love it.
It's been ages since I played Sentinels of the Multiverse
Yeah.
here. When I saw this new one come in, I was tempted to try it again.
Yeah.
I would like to try it again. It's just been so long.
Right.
I might like it a little more now.
Sure.
I like it, but I want to see. I got to play the new one to see if there's any rules, minor changes,
Yeah.
and things like that. Because there is an app for this, which is pretty good, and it does.
Are you as distracted by that? Yeah. I was
Yes.
like,
Thank you.
there's a piece of fuzz
Oh.
hanging from Tom's hat.
so
and I think
sorry
all
that
of us
I've
were
annoyed
I had
everyone.
no
transfixed.
idea what he
So
was saying.
filthy.
Between the
It was
swinging
like-
fuzz
Give me that
and
roller.
the aggressive panning and zooming,
Right.
I'm going to vomit.
When's the last time you watched this
That's my
shirt?
promise to you. By the end of it, no.
But it was explosive.
Explosive projectile vomit.
Malhya, Land of
This is the
Legends.
one.
Oh, is this the
This
one
the
I
one
said that
that you
about?
like.
Well,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
take it
I'm
back.
very confused by this because of the publisher.
I know. This is not their style
Not at all.
Okay, however,
This is the one with the infinite.
this one
playtime.
here
Yes.
looks way better than the other one.
Well, if you're going to
This
set
one
that
looks-
bar, sure. I
No,
mean,
no. This looks
This one
like
looks
a
like it was
good
made since
dungeon
the
crawl.
90s. Yes.
Yeah, I like that
No,
art
this
right
one has
there.
nice symbology on it. Has great
Yeah,
boards
I like
here.
that board.
You know, you guys are just hating on dungeon crawls.
I'm a little over these, but I do think that La Botajou does really good stuff generally.
Who?
La Botajou,
I love it.
Flavian.
And
so yeah,
Where is
their
there's
quality is really good.
Where's that image
Yes.
that tells you the number of players and the age and stuff? Did we
It's
pass
all
it
the way to
already?
the top. Yeah, it's one of the first
Go
things.
back up, Tom. Go back up.
go to the story.
Right there. Look
Right
at that. Look at
there.
that right there. 1 to 5
long
players,
will I
ages
play
14
this
and up.
for?
Playtime, infinity. You will not stop
Never.
playing.
You sit
This-
down,
That's
you don't
okay.
get
This
up.
That's
game
okay.
takes more hours than there are stars in the sky.
Quick advertising.
I like the miniatures. I like the art.
Yeah, look.
These guys are on fire, and I've seen
That
their,
dude is
That looks
cool.
cool. Yeah,
That's
no,
really
look,
cool.
I've seen their miniatures before in that last game. The
Daimyo game was really
the
good.
Daimyo
minis.
game. Those are
They were
good miniatures.
Those are good.
Yeah, no, I would play this because of the publisher. Otherwise, it doesn't appeal to me at all. But I assume they're going to have a solid mechanical basis beneath it. You know,
Also, you're fighting
that was the confusing. I
oxes.
don't know that coming out of this page. I think that's the
Yeah.
only red flag. Was like I don't see gameplay wise what sets it apart, or really much about gameplay.
I bet just
So-
based on their track record, it's going to have some strong Euro mechanics underneath it all. Even
Right,
though it's a dungeon
right.
crawler, I bet it's going to
Again,
have.
see this ring here, for example, it just says plus lightning bolt
Yeah,
with a symbol.
real simple
That's
to-
clean.
Yeah, right.
That does. The other one was not clean. These
agree
cards.
with that.
Agree,
I agree with that.
100%. Yeah.
And the minis look good. That shot of a board looks way better
Yeah.
than anything in the
Right.
other one.
An initiative board. Yeah, I would play this. I don't.
I'm just a little
that's what
burnt
throws
out
me off.
on the generic
tile
thing, the
yeah.
generic
Right.
fantasy thing.
Don't
that
love the
looks-
name either.
That looks good. The book with the
Yeah.
setup, dice
Oh,
are
I
neat.
love these dice.
I wish they were custom.
What? Okay. Sorry. But it also has that choose your own adventure kind of stuff,
It
and I
does,
love
yeah.
that too.
How long would this take to play, you think, Tom?
Okay. Time has no meaning once you start.
What's it going to take for me to get you into this orc axe today?
I do want to know what the reasoning behind these numbers is. There's got to be something. Like, they'll add this tile when they're at 1469 backers.
Yeah. Why not 1800 Vikings?
This one I get to 2022.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, goodness.
This does look
So many
good.
inside
I mean,
jokes here today.
I'm a little over these types of games, but if you're going to have a game like this, make it look like this, you know?
Right.
It
People are
looks
saying
good.
it's very expensive, apparently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 140 euros.
Well,
Is
with
that it?
how many
155?
minis?
No, I don't think, unfortunately or fortunate or whatever, unfortunately, that's the price
become-
of games these
Right.
days.
Yeah.
They have to do that. Every company from the last 3 years who has sold their game for a lot cheaper, like
Yeah.
from personal experience, let's talking to publishers,
They lose
are all
money.
complaining that they've lost money.
Yeah.
Frosthaven just changed its retail price to $250.
Yes.
You know, they have to do this or they will lose money.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
when the original Gloomhaven was Kickstarter? What was it? $70, $80 that he charged for
I
that?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that anymore. I don't think he could have done it then, honestly. It was only because it was so popular, but.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
This is the last thing that has anything to do with games.
This is somehow not going to fun, which I think was
I'm
weird.
very surprised by
Yeah.
that.
Crazy.
I'm going to actually show you guys the video
Crazy.
here because, well, first of all, maybe this would have worked better if the guy hadn't spent like 20 seconds programming
on
it for
programming,
us.
right.
Pressing the number to tell it how
Like,
to
yeah,
deal.
using Morse code to go
Right,
in and
yeah.
program this thing.
I
wanted
almost
to
stopped the
know-
video because I was
Right.
like,
Right,
you're
it's
just
like-
pressing buttons,
The
dude.
biggest
How-
downside,
Yeah.
the biggest downside is the how you have to code it, but I think the idea is pretty smart,
It's
actually.
very cool looking.
Yeah.
Then he puts a deck in there.
And then watch. Bam! There we go.
Is it not battery powered or is this just a...
No, it's
Plugged
plugged
in.
in.
Right?
No, I mean, can you not get a battery powered version? Because that plug would be
I
really
think he
annoying.
might have shown a battery pack in the
But
project.
I also like how in it he's having to like re-separate them.
There is that.
He's like,
yeah.
oh, hold on, let me help you out, little buddy.
It's
Also,
not
why did
perfect.
the top
Try.
person only get 2 cards?
Because
I
that's
He
the
think that's
programmed
a
it
draw
that
card.
way.
Yeah, he wanted it.
Yeah, you
For
can
whatever
They
program
didn't
it.
get 2. He burnt 2 cards.
Right.
Oh, it's like one of those.
And then you can do it again, and now everyone's getting another one.
So he's showing how to play Texas Hold'em or
Another
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it
it's
looks
a
pretty
neat thing.
slick.
I mean, it's one of those things that you have again more for a
Conversation piece.
yeah than the actual
Right.
use.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
much
so he
is
talks about like,
cool.
oh, that way you can get right to the game.
Also, it's
and I'm like, but you
$189.
spent
180. Okay, I'm
all
out.
that time programming
I
it.
guess I didn't check
The
that.
code chart is kind of ridiculous,
It is.
unfortunately. I think the whole
Yeah.
thing looks really neat. I
Yeah.
like the way it seems to be working well.
Right.
Does this
Then
feel like
you-
this should be hooked up with an app?
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah,
absolutely
100%. This is
Yes.
a great proof of concept that he then goes and finds someone to work with.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Also,
this idea of programming a code to tell it what to deal and how many cards to whom.
Right.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I know.
Come on.
The thing is,
come on.
this proof of concept is a good point because what I really would love to see is I'd like to see this, except with cards, replace it with Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a product that the world needs.
That you can have a vending machine that does that. I'm like,
want Pop-Tarts.
862.
That's right.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Somebody
about.
said integrate
Yes.
this with Fingerbot.
There you go.
Fingerbot can press the buttons for us.
There you
These
go.
two things come together. Skynet
That
has
could be
arrived.
space-time
Or
continuum.
you can just get a person to do all this for you.
I suppose.
Yeah, but then
Right, 'cause-
how
well,
do
it
you
says
let
that
the robots uprise?
They said, have you ever wanted to play but didn't want to deal? No.
Who doesn't want to deal? I like dealing.
Do you?
I never. Well, dealing doesn't hold me back from playing a game. It's not like, oh man, I
Tell
wish
you
we
what,
could
as soon
play
as I read
Uno, but I
deal
don't
out
feel like deal
cards,
cards.
I'm putting the game back to the
That's
shelf.
a statement no one's ever said.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's.
All right, we
Deal
got a few
5
more.
cards to each player? Are you kidding me? How much time do I have? Infinite.
All right. We'll be back with some stupid stuff in just a moment, but first, here's Mark again.
Again?
What?
Streed?
Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower Preview Recap. I'm Mark, and today we have several games to look at, so let's jump in. And first up, we have 11. Now this is a soccer simulation with dice rolls, trick shots, passing back and forth. They really did a nice job here, actually. I'm not a sports person at all, and I had a ton of fun with this game. So if you like sports simulation games, this might be right up your alley. And then we have Boss Dog. Now there's some take that in this game. It is definitely a family-friendly game, some fun artwork if you like dogs, but there is going to be a lot of player interaction back and forth, stealing dogs from other players. You're trying to feed them and lead them to your dog mafia family. And then we have Oak. Now Oak is a game where you play druids. Your workers are druids trying to earn the favor of the arch oak in the middle of the forest. You'll be recruiting all kinds of fantasy-esque type creatures to your side. You'll get artifacts, and more importantly, as you upgrade your workers, your druids, you get to add really cool little bits to them to adorn them and show what type of worker they are. They did a really nice job with that. This is a really fun worker placement. The theme is strong, just simply a beautiful game. And then we have Ryozan. Now, this is another worker placement game where you have kin. Those are your workers. You start out with some generic ones and you can upgrade them later, but it has a day and night cycle where you can manage resources between the two. Some really interesting aspects here, how you jockey for first position and various other cards to help you in your strategies. And then we have traders and raiders. You are merchant warriors in this game. It used to be plagued with monsters everywhere, but now there's just a handful who plague certain towns where you may have to go stop them. But most of the game you're trading, upgrading yourself, your resources, getting buildings and all kinds of aspects to help you win the game. And lastly, we have Kingdoms, Rise and Fall, Dorian. Now this is a deck builder, but you're also traveling the world. You're trying to take control over different cities and get their resources, get different warriors, different types, stealth, physical, and magical, obviously. Now, the thing here though is that when you take control of a city, you can ask others for help. They can either show up and help you and attack the city, get the spoils, or they might show up and defend the city. So, for my pick of the week, now, there's some interesting crop of worker placement games here. Some really fun aspects, but I'm giving it up for Ryozan. Simply a beautiful game. I love the workers when you upgrade them and how the different sectors work that you move between, as well as this day and night cycle. In the day, you get immediate effects for resources and things. Then at night, you go sector by sector and do it globally. So some really fun things there as you move across this world, so to say. And in the middle is this rotating pagoda that you can take advantage of different sectors and use their day and night cycles based on what you're trying to do. So this one has a lot of interesting aspects. And again, simply just a beautiful game. All right, folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please go check out my full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, till next time, we'll see you at the table.
I like the wildly flailing.
He's not even scared.
Move forward, and then you'll have your Streed prize. Come on.
How many experience points is Streed worth?
Oh, Streed's got to be what?
Epic number
An
of
epic
them.
number of points, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, here we go. Hey, folks, if you find weird, stupid stuff to send me, send it to me at tom@dicetower.com, and it might or might not show up in our next thing. All right, first of all, we have a grenade, a bicycle seat that looks like a grenade.
It looks like a series of grenades.
bread rolls.
Yeah, it looks like
Like
Hawaiian
those potato
rolls.
bread, Hawaiian
those.
rolls, potato bread rolls.
It might be super comfortable though. We don't know.
I
I don't
assume it
understand
is.
though. This is a thing they already make.
There's a
seat
lot
cushions.
of
Like I
these,
don't
yeah.
understand.
Do they
There's-
look like bread rolls?
They don't.
What I don't
No.
understand is
Can you
But-
butter them and eat them in a crisis?
Would you butter that
What
in
is
a
wrong
crisis?
with you?
No.
Butter those buns.
Guys,
if you
I
know
don't
what
suck
I'm
it.
saying.
I got a little something to tell you. You can butter and eat anything in a crisis. These are apparently earthquake proof. I don't understand what that means.
Is that what it said?
It says it somewhere.
It's,
Yeah.
it's shock absorbing. This was one of their selling points, like earthquake proof.
I'll tell you, I've been in a number of earthquakes living in California. There's nothing a bike seat's going to do for me when cars are literally bouncing on the
saying
street.
that you tried?
There's cars over a truck, and the guys on his bike go.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I did not see
This.
point.
That the
like,
small one looks great. It looks like a bicycle seat. The medium one looks like a growth.
They all do. Yeah.
That one looks cancerous. Right. You know what I mean? You need to go to the doctor for
Have
that one.
checked out,
This
sir.
does not look comfortable to me. I
Look
don't know.
at
I'm
it.
sorry.
Every time they jump side by side. Oh.
I don't think it's about the comfort.
You could
I mean, I
also
can
take
see
a bunch of
point that they
balled up
have it.
socks and just glue them to your seat too. You know what I mean? It's going to give you the same kind of thing.
All right. This next one, we've actually looked at a project from this person before. Remember the Troll Bowl?
No.
No.
Okay, well, I will show you because what this guy, that's all he does.
Okay.
Is and we said that was cool at the time. Like he makes things this.
Oh yeah, those were cool.
Oh,
those
yeah,
I liked
okay,
a lot.
Okay, so he does his own little illustrations.
Yeah, these are cute.
Okay.
I mean, the water bottle thing. I mean, I think that's kind of a cute looking design.
I like the Troll Bowl better.
Yeah,
But I like this guy. I think
Yeah,
he's
little
interesting.
demons working out.
Working
It's
out,
cute.
right, doing
It's
different
cute.
It's
exercises.
cute. It's a silly little pun, but it's
Yeah.
a nice looking product, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm. How much are they charging? That's the whole thing. If it's
He
like,
charges a decent amount because it is art and he only has a certain amount, 39.
oh, that's reasonable.
Okay, a metal insulated
a
bottle.
good
That's
bottle's-
not a
yeah,
bad
that's not
price
too
for
bad.
one of those bottles.
Right.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear everyone's opinions on containers. Keep those in mind.
That's
All
great.
right.
Here we go.
All right.
Human container.
Jeez.
This is like those.
It's a parka
what was that
with
thing?
legs.
What was that thing that people were wearing for a long time? The
Snuggies.
Snuggies,
Yeah, it's like a snuggie.
This is that same thing. If you're walking towards me with that,
I love the
I'd be like,
I love the trampolines.
let's
go.
That was my
I know,
favorite.
like,
Trampoline.
We gotta go.
Was
The trampoline was good.
Yes.
So in case you want to take a nap while you're trampolining, it's good.
Yep.
So my
is
biggest.
this just so if you fall over, you're like, oh, I'm already in my.
Already in my
I
sleeping
might as well
gear.
sleep. Yeah.
Oh, one of my feet is missing. I'll take a nap.
I just love how like because you get cold when you're camping. Put on clothes.
My biggest issue
Like,
is
I don't
that
No,
this
I
can't be
refuse.
used.
If I owned this, I would
Okay,
wear no
go ahead.
clothes.
This could be used as a warming warming garment, right?
As a jacket.
A stupid looking
Yes.
warming garment.
Without feet.
Right. One that
Like-
will likely propel you if a strong wind comes around.
Yes, it's like a squirrel suit.
However, it does not work, and it can't work as a sleeping bag
Right.
because there's holes in it. That's the
Right.
whole point, is that you get a good sleeping bag, honestly, should zip over your head so you might asphyxiate, but then you're going to be
Okay.
warm.
Is
right?
that how you sleep with one?
Every time.
Oh, it's weird.
No, I don't.
The
I have
mummy
to. I have
ones?
to.
I
you
need
have
to be able to
mummy ones,
breathe.
You gotta breathe.
What about your feet?
No,
Out
you-
or in?
They're in there.
They're
have to-
in. That's the
unless you
whole
have
issue.
When you
this.
sleep, are your feet out of the
Right.
blanket or in it?
Oh, you mean like just at home? What are
Yeah.
you wearing while you sleep, Mike?
No. I'm asking like.
No, my feet are definitely covered by a blanket.
This is why I don't like sleeping bags, though, because I like my feet sticking out.
This
and
is why I don't like this conversation.
Oh, no.
All right, no,
I'm
no.
talking about feet, you weirdo.
Oh, excuse me, I'm the weirdo when Tom won't let feet go.
That's right.
This looks ridiculous.
Yes, this is.
It's almost
But
ridiculous on
it's
purpose.
also like, I don't know why they're pitching it as a camping thing.
Or a sleeping bag. Like it's
Just like, okay, this is a comfy lounging outfit.
Right, right.
Maybe
Snuggie 2.0.
I might buy that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you would buy that.
I'd buy that
If I
concept.
replace this tag,
I
would
don't
buy
get
it.
the Z
I
for
would buy
it's
that
Christmas.
concept. I don't fit in this thing. I would buy that concept, but when you're telling me this is for outside,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, their feet are out, there's a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah.
No.
You're right.
Frolicking on the
Yeah.
beach. Yeah, it doesn't
not
seem
gonna
to
work out.
No.
All right, I like. Okay, the last two are amazing. So
All
first we have the drinking case. Have you ever wanted to carry your phone and enclose it in liquid because of all places to keep your phone? That makes sense.
We're attached to a flask. Yes.
Yeah, I wish this is one we can't likely, but I wish this is one where we can play the video because
my
there is so
gosh.
much gold in the voiceover for
The
this.
voiceover is quite funny. Yeah.
The voiceover is terrific.
This is so terrible of an idea because why do you want to combine the two? Like, I'm answering my phone. I'm like,
Also, that's
Some
not going
things-
to fit in any girl's pocket. Let me
It's
tell
not
you
going to
right
fit in
now.
anybody's pocket. Also, there's no way you're going to convince me that this is keeping your phone liquid proof.
Well, they say that. They're like, in
They're
our
like,
testing,
we found acceptable
some of
levels.
the
Acceptable levels of.
right. No, they
Yeah.
flat out admit, like, we
Here's
don't
my
know.
acceptable
Good
level.
luck.
I paid $1,000 for this phone. The acceptable level is 0, right? I want 0 liquid on my phone.
Some things just do not need to be combined.
I
The
don't.
amount of liquid you're going to have in this thing
Right.
for what you're giving up, which is comfort galore,
Right.
it's just not worth it. I'm sorry. This
Here's-
case is enormous.
Right. So here's what I think this is really about. If first of all, the whole thing is outrageous, but they're selling this as a hydration system to have a little bit of water. That's not what this
No,
is. This
this
is
is-
straight up flask case.
Yes.
This is to put.
How to
this is
sneak
to put
booze in
booze.
somewhere should not be.
This is for you in your meeting.
Yeah.
You're like, the
No
boss like,
one
what is
likes
that? That's my
hydrating.
phone case.
That's my phone case.
But no one
Yeah.
looks at this case and goes, nothing suspicious about that. Come on into our event.
Right,
You will not get this through the door.
Right,
It's
yeah.
got a massive
you
straw
can see-
sticking out of it for one thing, and your pants are falling.
Look at the quality of that build. I mean, I know it's a
Sneak it into
prototype.
you can sneak it into a movie theater.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what they're selling it for, right there.
I mean, I
they-
just love that they measure the amount of liquids in number of shots.
Yes.
5.
Come on, yeah.
All right, that's not the dumbest thing yet. Well, I don't know. The
I think
first
it is,
ever
actually.
I'm pretty sure this is the dumbest
X
thing.
bag. Okay,
Now, I don't, as a matter of course,
Carry a bag.
incorporate purses as part of my accessories.
You're missing out.
Whatever.
So you have a
be that
purse,
as it may,
yeah.
and I'm not going to put you on the spot and say, "Oh, you're the woman at the table." To me,
As you just did.
As
yeah,
you
no,
did.
I'm saying
I
I'm not.
heard
I'm
that
saying
too,
I'm
did
not
I?
going
I
to.
feel targeted.
I'm telling you that if I were to carry a purse,
Yeah.
I would
It
feel
would
like
be
this
this
would be
one.
the worst possible option I'd have because
yeah, but it stands
Wow.
by
You have to
itself.
stick-
you gotta cram your arm in there, something that's like,
You have
okay,
to get up to your elbow
right.
to see if you are in the
Where's
right
my
size.
junior mint that I dropped in my X
Yes.
bag? Now I got to rummage around in here. I've got to contort,
Yeah.
right? I got to be triple jointed to get something at the
No, I
bottom
think
of
you
this
just
X
take it out and
bag.
come
This
from
is
the other
100%
side,
something
but-
that a model on a runway would have.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is not
Absolutely.
useful. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry.
No,
This is not useful.
Completely
This just looks
unuseful.
strange.
Yes.
I X out this bag.
Also, why the X? Like,
well, it's
is it-
because the designer is Xavier and he brands around the
Oh, so
X
it's his
there.
brand.
Here's
Okay,
what
I
I'm
couldn't figure
thinking,
out
right?
that. Why
Make it a
not
square,
M?
stitch an X on the outside of the square.
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
You just got leveled up, buddy. You know, this is terrible.
There's some gold in
Fun
the
fact.
check.
Like you're saying, if you drop something or you're looking for something,
Right.
is in one of the two ends of the X, right?
Uh-huh.
If I go into this one like
Athletes,
this, if
yeah.
I go at it like this and it's not in this one,
gotta-
I need to remove my entire arm,
Right.
Flip
go
the
in
back.
this one to look for it. If I have to reach in your bag twice,
Right.
you're doing it wrong.
That's
Yep.
right.
He's definitely pushing this as a unisex bag, and it
Sure.
can hold
There you go.
water bottles or your phone water bottle.
Yeah, I
Have
honestly-
you guys combined
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about the unisex thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with whoever carrying
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bag. I just think that this is a very poorly designed bag as far as practicality and usability
Right.
goes. I'm not going to get into the fashion. I'm not qualified.
Yeah, but is any bag like this useful for sports? Period. No one is saying, "Oh, I'm going to go to a sporting event. Let me grab my
I'm
purse."
glad to know that granola bar can fit in there, though. That's good. That's good
Good luck
information to
finding
have.
it though.
Yeah, if you drop
Those keys,
change in there,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
never
No.
getting
Right.
that
Guy
again.
starved to
Yeah.
death because he had a
Right.
granola bar and he couldn't get it out
Right,
of
Yeah,
the bag.
no, I'm sorry. No.
What can fit in a mini bag? Basically anything that can fit in any other bag.
But again, if all that stuff is in there, even if you know what side it is in, you got to get past all that stuff to get to the bottom.
Right.
For the stuff that's settled.
I want to
It's
tell
like,
you,
oh, where's my
It's like
penny?
a-
Hold on.
It's like a
36
finger
cents.
trap.
Wow,
or
is
something
that how
halfway
big it
through.
is?
look
That one is
Well,
massive.
they've
They
got
have
a big
different
one and a
sizes.
small
They,
one.
no,
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
small,
You have to
medium,
like
large.
go into that one. Like, I'll be back, guys.
It's weird, I know.
I'm not positive you could go into that.
The only worst thing would be a Z bag.
Right.
In which it just opens at the top. You have to go like
I'll
this.
tell you what, though.
You have to go,
But no
I
one's-
can't reach anything in here.
Here's a look, though. You wear
No
the
one's stealing it from you.
wearable sleeping bag, and then you put these over your feet. one X bag on each foot.
One foot in this way and the other one's
There you
going
go.
through this
Now-
leg and the other one.
Yeah,
Now you've got to
cross-
look.
You run like
Oh,
this.
how do you say cross-legged?
And then
You
when
do
you
the duck
fall,
walk.
momentarily you're ready to go to sleep.
That's
All
right,
right.
because you're wearing one of the bike seats on your back of your neck.
All right, let's go back to games. Mike, what's your pick of the week?
Now, I actually had a few. I was considering Hamlet. I was considering the Motor City one, but I think I settled on the one that was renamed to something I can't remember. The T used to be Pachamama. What's it?
I'm jumping around here. Hang on, I'll find it. Here it is.
Tiwanaku.
Tiwanaku.
Yeah,
Tiwanaku,
I am
yeah.
very intrigued by this one. I hope it's good. But yeah, there were a few I actually was interested in this week, but I am going to settle on this one because I'm just very intrigued by it.
All right, for me, I'm going to pick the dungeon crawl here.
Okay.
Malhya, Land of Legends. There was another one but someone else here is going to pick it. So
Yeah.
I think it looks good, and I have a lot of I like sit down stuff. Or not?
Yeah.
This is not sit down, right?
No, this is La Botte Jou.
La Botte Jou. I like their stuff.
Yeah, me too.
My biggest problem with the stuff in the past has been it's been too much for what the game was. Usually they have and that's just the upgrade stuff.
Right.
Here, I want the upgrade stuff.
Sure.
So it might work here.
Okay.
Z.
I'm picking, what was it, Tiwanaku, the same one that Mike
wow,
picked.
okay.
go.
I did not know that.
That is my pick as well. I like deduction games. I don't think there are enough deduction games. This
Right.
one looks to be attempting to do something different.
Yeah.
When you are specifically saying Minesweeper, Sudoku, you like those things, this is that, stepped up, great components, thinky. Yeah, this stands out from the crowd, especially this week, but just in general in gaming.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and yeah, it's a good-looking game, and I'm excited to try it.
Mine's gonna be the Motor City Roll and Ride. I forget what it was called, but you already had
Motor
it ready.
Yes.
Motor City. Yep. So
This is
I'm
my number 2. But
really
yeah.
excited about this one.
Yeah, this is in my top 3 for sure. Looks good.
I like everything about this. I like the cover.
It's a cool
Yeah,
cover.
I
You
like
know,
the theme. I like the
it's
roll
not,
and
it doesn't
ride.
show
I like
dice bursting towards me.
It does
Just
not.
a car.
Yeah, that is
bursting
true. The
towards
cover
you.
doesn't scream roll and write.
Yeah.
I really like that.
It's an engine. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Well, that's it, folks, for another Crowdsurfing. We will be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with Board Game Breakfast. We have hopefully worked out the kinks from last week.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that was
so
rough.
Roy tested that out. So we'll be back. And then tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we'll be doing our top 10 racing games, of which my number 1 will be Motor City.
Correct.
I'll be like future. I'll be
Cult
like,
of the future.
I'm going into the future.
Cult of the Not Yet.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Mike DeLisio.
Got it. Good
I was
job.
right on that,
That was
baby.
down.
Oh, you got
Motor
it.
City.
Nailed
Time
it.
Link
Woo, Mike
Infinity.